I got the big size toes on my feet. Your face ain't big for my boots. Kick up the you. Man, know that I kick up you to suck the truth. Look, you're getting way too big for your boots. You're never too big for the boot. I got the big size toes on my feet. Your face ain't big for my boots. Kick up the try to suck the truth. How dare you to suck the truth? When I come round there like a bad boy, do it. Run all the talking, go on and do it. Running through the party, bottle up. Rolls on my ear saying storms, don't do it. Devil on my shoulder, I don't lack. Hitting with a business, I don't scrap. Even when I'm bar, I'm so easy ride, but there's no car and no match. What you talking about? Clown, stand down. Never had a thing, never had a pound.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. In this Week 1 encounter, we'll get our first look at this young man at outside linebacker as he tries to show that he's no ordinary rookie and worthy of a permanent spot in their defensive front seven. It's the Seahawks going up against the Packers.
The oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago. They go play action here on first down. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 48 yards. Now the former Notre Damer. This is C.J. Prosise. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Here's McGloin. Open man, it's Vanette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the point. The first update from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. McGloin now. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. We've got a 3rd and 11. And here's motion again. And that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
Understandable we're going to see some of this first game of the year and a penalty.
Yeah, we are. And don't forget the emotion of it all as well. I mean, they've been building to this crescendo the entire offseason. So we maybe see some of this in the early part of the game.
False start, offense.
Luke Jokel, the former Aggie, and the second overall pick in the 2013 draft with a flag. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Back to throw again. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. A 2nd down carry for Brosize. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And with a flag, able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football.
The Seahawks heading out, and for them, 5 straight years of double-digit victories and a playoff berth. They've had their run of the NFC West and probably likely the favorites this season as well.
I would agree with that. The counter-culture Seahawks, because the way they evaluate is for their system, for their franchise, for their culture. Much more so than whether a guy fits everything that you're looking for to check off a box. Quarterback, he's supposed to be too short. He's one of the best in the game. And they went in free agency this year and got Eddie Lacy. Everyone else wanted Eddie Lacy to lose weight. They said, we still want him big because we want him to break some tackles. Flip it over to defense, they get after you. Simple schemes, but they tune it up and play it at a high level. They expect to get back to a Super Bowl.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. And it's a fumble. And this is going to be Packer football. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll hand it off to Procise. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On play action, they'll throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. A defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
So that one will be accepted. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Ty Montgomery and the offense getting set for their next. The drive starts with C.J. Procise. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
False start, offense.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. And here is motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
He'll look to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Montravius Adams in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
False start, offense.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. He'll dump it off to Procise. It'll be a gain of 6, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running 2, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
False start, offense.
The penalty on 1st down backs him up 5. It's now 1st down at 15. They'll look to throw again. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
They'll drop to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
False start, offense.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Montravius Adams in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man, the first sack of his NFL career. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
False start, offense.
The Seahawks on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 19.
Here we go. Green.
He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. They start out with a run from Procise. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now back to throw. He's got the rookie, Amara Darboh, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Amon Brooks coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
False start, offense.
And here is motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
This is Procise, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. They're going to look to throw. The 20. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through, and that's going to tie us at 13. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
Counter, it's Procise. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Here's McGloin. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. To blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is a
offense.
They'll try the right side with Procise. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. That'll go as a loss of 5. And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
McGloin now. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Well, we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and forever. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 26 yards on the play there. And it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say a... The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw now on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense. Still 3rd down.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
And the defense in an envious position here after that penalty by the offense. It's now 3rd and 20. They'll set up a throw. They're able to locate Wilson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Third and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Nick Perry in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Shift together here from the D-line. On first down, Procise. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block it. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Wide open receiver complete. A very solid gain of 27. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Scheme.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense. Still second down.
They'll look to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right?
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
And here's motion again. And that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
They'll set up to throw. Wilson snags it left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one good for 21 yards. And they're going to face a third down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
False start, offense.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And here's motion again. And that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. They've got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. An unbelievable play there on 4th and long. 42 yards. throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And now it's second down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it. And he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And it's caught. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here we go now. Blue line it. Blue line it.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Clay Matthews in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Packers, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out.